We've seen in many games that it comes down to small details like set pieces where teams can open the scoring or win matches. So we need to be well prepared for that. We need to be focused in these situations. We've been preparing in detail as well as we can. We are aware of what could happen tomorrow, and we'll try to put everything in place in the best way possible. So, of course, you can cause them trouble as well with players such as Momo Salisu. So, how do you view the game? We are preparing well for every game because set pieces are something that you can't wait and see about. You don't know how many set pieces there will be in a game, so what matters is preparing for the game as a whole. It's a big match against Arsenal in the Champions League. It's a big game for all of us, so of course we are excited and motivated. Of course, it can come down to small details from set pieces and moments in the match, so we'll have to be prepared. Do you think Arsenal are the strongest team you've played so far this season? It's hard to say, but maybe yes, on paper. Every match is different, and so is every team. We are aware of the quality that we are up against tomorrow, and the individual quality of the Arsenal players, and collectively, as a team. We are here to be brave and to play in our style, to show what we can do on this stage. How do you think the absences of Denis Zakaria, Wilfried Singo could affect the team? We can't hide that they are important players in our team. We also know that we have a good squad. We might not have the same players with the same qualities, but as a team and a collective, we can compensate for that and find ways to perform well, despite missing some key players. Good. Both teams are on 10 points and have a 90% chance of finishing in the top 24. So how do you see the game and what's at stake?
First of all, it's for both teams a very important one. When we see the table, yes, the moment we are qualified, but in the end our huge goal is to be in the knockout stage. And we are facing tomorrow one of the best teams at the moment in Europe. And for sure for this game they are the favorite. But we are here in London also to show our style of football. We want to play a brave football. And also we don't want to hide us. We want to search also our opportunities. For sure they will give us. But we are here not only to be a nice opponent, we want to be successful also.
Coach. Just on the dead ball kind of situation, Arsenal, of course, are so strong. Have you got a plan to kind of counter their threat, or is there a way of countering it? And how do you analyse why they're so strong at dead ball situations?
In
set pieces.
Yeah. our preparation for this game, it was more than when we have Ligue 1 games, for sure, because we are facing a top team. And also one of their biggest strengths are their set pieces. This is a weapon, for sure. They spend a lot, I think, practice for set pieces, but we have an idea how we can defend this. But also we can be also a threat for our set pieces. We are scored also in some set pieces. But tomorrow, for sure, we have to defend them really, really well, and we have to have a big attention about this. And also, we have to avoid stupid fouls for corner kicks or free kicks. But also, we have a plan, we have an idea, and how we can implement this really well tomorrow night.
In terms of your squad as well, I mean, Monaco, it has a lot of height in the team, also has lots of very good free kick corner takers. I think of Cameron in particular, who got the assist against Toulouse. Do you think your team is very kind of structured in order to perform in set pieces, both defending and also attacking as well?
Yes, we also, because when you play 2 or 3 competitions, what we are also doing with the Champions League, you have not so much time to spend for tactical work. So it's always a good idea to spend time for set pieces, and I'm happy about with our amount of goals what we scored. Also, Thilo is one of our key players in set pieces in both directions, defensively and offensively. So, and also we are try to create tomorrow also with our set pieces a threat for them. But first of all, when we analyze them for the set pieces, they're really strong, they have good ideas, but what I've said before, we try to have an idea what we can do against them.
Question pour toi, Thilo. Le fait d'avoir 10 points, justement, mais d'avoir perdu le dernier match contre Benfica, est-ce que cela vous permet d'aborder ce match avec plus ou moins de pression que d'habitude?
Je pense que la pression vient de nous.
I think that the pressure on our squad internally is linked to our ambition and the coaching staff here. Our ambition is to implement our style of play on the pitch, and we want to put in good performances. And by doing that, we hope to get good results too. I think that's where the pressure comes from. Of course, we're happy and we know it's a positive thing to already be on 10 points. But we always try to improve and move forwards. So our ambition is what creates that pressure. Thilo, on paper, Arsenal are favourites. They're doing well in the Premier League. So what can we say about Monaco? There's nothing to lose. If we get a result, fantastic. If we lose, maybe there are lower expectations for this game. So how do you see it? Well, of course, Arsenal are a very strong team, and they are at home, where they are even stronger. As the coach said, they are one of the best teams in Europe this season. So that's why I wouldn't say we have a mentality of nothing to lose, because we play to win, and our ambition is to win games. That's what motivates us. So we'll try to do that tomorrow, but we know that Arsenal are the favourites in most people's eyes. So why can't we use that as a positive in our favour? We don't need to overthink it. We just need to play bravely and see what that brings.
What can you say about him, his injury?
Yes, the decision is that Balo is going for a surgery with his shoulder, and we don't know exactly how long is the duration. But yeah, it's pity. It's pity for him, and it's pity for us.
Yeah, coach here. Just a quick question about Lamine Camara, because he's once again a nominee for the CAF Young Player of the Year in Africa. How do you see his progression since his arrival at Monaco last summer?
Yes, he's also an example for our recruitment. We also have a fantastic youth in Monaco, the EDG, the Elite Development Group. Lots of big talents, and also we have French talents like Christian Mawissa, Lamine Camara. Okay, he's from Senegal, but he played for Metz. They relegated, but he was a topic for us. Why? Because he's a really gifted player. His development is really good. In the beginning, he struggled a little bit because it's normal, because Monaco is another team than Metz. But we are happy with his development, with his progression. And Lamine, for his first half period of the season, he did it really well.
Thilo, you beat Barcelona in the start of this league phase. So is that in your head when you face Arsenal tomorrow? Of course, we can take confidence from that result, but it's not just that one. I'm also thinking about our performances in general, which give us confidence in terms of our ideas, our footballing philosophy, with the players that we have and their quality, and also the fact that we're working well individually and collectively as a whole. We know that we can make it difficult for any opponent. We are aware of that, and of course you need to work hard to get to that point. The match against Barcelona is an example of that. When you implement those things on the pitch and work hard collectively, that's when the individual quality can be seen even more. You've been playing at the back with Wilfried Singo and also Mohamed Salisu. So could you talk about your partnerships with each of them? Maybe a funny story. I don't really know. They are funny guys. You might not know that. They each have their own characters, of course. I think that Mohamed Salisu is someone you can have a good laugh with. He's very funny. He's like a comedian. Wilfried Singo is more reserved and calmer. But he can also come up with funny comments here and there.
How important is it for the development of the team and the future of those young players to face those big teams in Europe and the biggest league?
I think we have only with Thilo and Mohamed Salisu, two players with the experience of the Premier League, but also we are playing with Brazilian national team player, with Golovin also as an experienced player. We have a good mix between talented players and experienced players. For them, for sure, to play Arsenal on this stage, it's also a new experience for them also, and it is also a good step for them. But what I want to see tomorrow is also that we bring our style of play of football tomorrow night here. I want to see this also, to play a brave football. We have to work a lot in both directions. We have for sure to suffering tomorrow, because we know that Arsenal has a fantastic team with a good build-up, fantastic single players also. A clearly idea with the ball, also against the ball. So. We are prepared them really well, but also I want to see that they are brave tomorrow, and also show that we are able to bring them maybe a little bit in threat, and that they have also some doubts about our style of football.
En fait, Thilo, vous connaissez bien cette équipe d'Arsenal.
Thilo, you know Arsenal well when from your West Ham days? Are they one of the strongest teams you faced in your career, and what are you expecting tomorrow? Certainly, they are a very good team that want to dominate on the pitch in every area. That's why we will need to be ready and strong physically and also mentally. We'll need to be focused on all the details. We'll have to defend well, press well at certain times when it's possible for us, and give it a go. That's what we have to do. Would you say they're the strongest team that you've faced? It's difficult to say. I don't like to compare different opponents from 2016, 2017, and now 2023, 2024. There are different years, different phases, and football changes so quickly. The football from 2016 isn't the same as it is nowadays, so I don't really like making comparisons. Is there any news on Dennis Zakaria?
Yes, injured. Zakaria was not in the squad.
Yeah, because he, after the warm up against Toulouse, sorry, I'm totally focused for the game tomorrow because it's the past. After the warm up against Toulouse, he felt in the hamstring something, and yeah, we reduced the risk because he was not able to play this game tomorrow night, and you can imagine that he's also really sad about this. That also Wilfried Singo, these are also games for Will and Dennis Zakaria. But yeah, I'm not here to complain about injuries. I'm here to bring tomorrow with the team a good performance on the pitch.
For Zakaria, the year is finished?
We don't know exactly. So we have 4 games in Reims. Maybe it's also too early. I don't know if it's the right time to play against PSG in the midweek game. We don't know exactly why not. When he cannot play against PSG, I think the season is done for him this year. But then, yeah, for sure he will come back for the new year. But we don't know exactly. We are working on that. Our medical department does everything. But for sure he's missing the next game also against Stadres.
The good news is that Sungutu is traveling with you. He's not absent. Has he been able to train over the last days? How serious was his injury?
Also, we reduced the risk because he's clearly number 6. Also, Dennis is okay. He's our captain. He's clearly number 1 at the position number 6. But also, we are really happy with the progression of Sungo Magassa. Yeah, and tomorrow for sure he's ready to play. And we reduced the risk the last 2-3 days, but he trained yesterday, he trained today also, today, and tomorrow he's ready to play.
Dernière question, s'il y a.
Bonsoir Thilo, que ça soit contre Marseille, Brest ou Benfica, vous avez encaissé pas mal de buts dans les dernières minutes.
Against Marseille, Brest and Benfica, Monaco have conceded goals late on. Do you feel there's been some fatigue or taking your foot off the gas late on? No, I don't think so. That's not something I feel. It was more about individual situations, which meant that we didn't defend in the best way possible. I don't think it's linked to the period of the game, or the fact that it was at the end, especially the one against Brest, when the game was already over. I think it's just individual situations, and we have analysed them. So we do need to defend better, and we've taken note of that. Of course, we want to defend well collectively, against opponents crossing the ball in. We need to defend carefully in those situations as a collective. And I know we want to do better in that area.
Merci. Bonsoir.